Hey guys, I got it again. Huh? How do you soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by crows? I'm only up, lads. But of course, just trying to drink a cup of tea here as well. Sleep deprivation. How are they depriving you of sleep deprivation? You know, by setting car alarms off at 3:30 in the morning. That's how. Now, another thing I wanted to say to you guys as well. Oh, good morning, by the way, did I say that? I mentioned, I think, an angle iron, piece of angle iron and a hammer, the last couple of videos that they're taken out of the flat, right? But I have the whole lot now, I think. Tracksuit bottoms, motorised mirror on the car, the side mirror on the car, a hand wood plane, jump leads, a lump hammer, and 3 pieces of angle iron have completely gone out of the flat. Now, they didn't sprout legs and walk out the door themselves. Not that they're any value to anybody else as such. Sorry about the late, please. They're no value to anybody else. They're only, like, they're only use to me, you know what I'm saying, like that, you know, but it's stuff that I have to replace and spend more money on replacing, you know. But, yeah, how can you soar like an eagle and be surrounded by crows and rats, or low leaves, should I say? I don't know. It's like this boy next door here, right? It was a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago. He's a Mercedes car right there, of course. You know, and like he was walking on the road over there, right? What these fools tend to do is, these gang stalkers, is put themselves out on the side of the road. What they want me to do is probably plough them down off the road, you know. But like, how long does it take for them to walk on me, you know, by picking every day, not fucking picking flat out, stalking and harassment, sleep deprivation, vehicle harassment, shop harassment, stealing stuff out of the flat, sending threatening letters to the house, if it's not from the rental, the ones that's renting out this place, which are highly involved in it as well, by a load of other stuff, you know, creating stress. But these people are putting themselves, and they let you know that they're stalking you, and they put themselves out on the middle of the road for you to run into them. But how long does it take for me to plough someone down on the road, a stalker or whatever? There was a teacher there a couple of years ago. She was Aaron's, my young fellas, what would you call it? It's sort of I forget what she is. I forget the name of what she is in the school anyhow. But I don't know where she lived. I think it was up close to Castleblaney or something. And I think she was ran down on the road. It was a couple of years ago this happened. I think she was ran down on the road. Well, it said that it was a drunk driver that done it, you know. But I don't know whether he was caught or what happened to him or whatever happened. I don't honestly know. But well, I think that she was out deliberately put out on the road to stalk and harass or whatever these targeted individuals. I think it was a targeted individual that ran her down. That's what I think. I don't know. There's supposed to be a young fella's body got ran out at outside Cavan or something there this last week or so. I don't know. And that's what was on the news. I didn't read up on it too much. I only seen the headlines of it, you know. But these people don't know me. Any of these stalkers don't know me. He's never had a conversation with me. I never seen this before at our lives. You know, but yet, you'll stalk and harass me, or you'll listen to second-hand information that is probably a load of bullshit about, oh, there's that fella there, he done this, he done that, and he done the other, or whatever he's supposed to have done, I don't know. But all you're doing is listening to second-hand information. But sheep, what do you expect? But it's just like, what I'd like to say is, how long does it take at pecking and constantly annoying and harassing and psychologically harassing a targeted individual until he runs someone down or kills somebody or bones the whole place down or fucking loses his head and goes mental or is jailed or something, you know? How long does it take? Does it take 5 years? Does it take a year? Does it take 2 weeks, 2 months, 5 years, 6 years? How long does it take? You know? Deprivation of sleep, constant harassment on the roads, constant harassment in the shopping centres, constant harassment in the shops, outside, you know, inside. But so what do you expect from rats and lowlives, you know, and scum, you know, every day of the week, every day of the week. But this stalking and harassing is a big thing in America. It's big enough in England as well, you know. It's at the start of my stalking, I used to hang around with a lad who used to call me. I used to work on false with him. He knows probably if he watches these videos, he know who I'm talking about. But he stalked and harassed me from day one. Or whatever, we got on fairly well together. We were fairly good friends, you know. He picked me up one night and I don't know what we were doing. We were going somewhere or something like that there, but we drove over to Applegreen and Clones, and Applegreen and closest, and you just park right, stop right in the middle of the entrance nearly into the petrol pumps in Applegreen, you know. And next minute, though, about a minute later, a Jeep or a crossover pulled up right in front of us and sat there. And I'm thinking, what the fuck are we sitting here for? You know, like, you had to drive up a couple of 100 yards to the petrol pumps. And like, we were sort of sitting in the drive, in the entrance into the pumps. So I say to myself, this is a bit funny, what are we sitting here in here for? You know, exactly. Next minute, this Jeep pulls up in front of us, you know, and sat there. You know, and then he turns around and he says to me, do you know who's in that Jeep? He says, no, I don't know. A priest, he says. So that's the Catholic Church, you know, huh? Or the Catholic Church, the Illuminati, or the what do you call them, the Freemasons, or well, obviously they know about stalking and harassing people, anyway. That's one sure thing, and corruption. That's one sure thing they know about. Look at lads, I'm not great. I don't edit my videos. I'm not great at making videos. This is just everyday occurrences or everyday actions and things what's happening to me every single day. What I'm after, what I said to you there, and you can watch the rest of my videos as well. I don't edit the videos or anything. I'm not great at making them. This is real life. It's not taking out a bit and putting in a bit and editing or nothing like that there. I don't know how to do it. Well, the young fella done one. There was a couple of people he put up this clown face or something. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, Catholic Church is involved anyway, and ambulances is involved, and the fire brigade. So that's the all state run, and the train station crowd as well. Road Aaron or whatever you call them, they're all these are all state run facilities like that's involved in this. You know, the every state run business or whatever it is involved in this here, as far as I can see. And an awful lot of these people as well up, you know what I'm saying, and like big people, like, you know. Constantly seeing Toyotas as well. I don't mind seeing Toyotas, though, grand car, I like them. I don't mind looking at them and seeing them, you know, but the project on you, I never seen a Toyota or noticed a Toyota until I start driving one. Then when I started driving one, I could see 20 in a day. But they're actually, I was sitting in the car park I was actually eating something. I was sitting in the car park in Tesco's, right? And there was about 20 or 30 spaces around me. I was parked down at the bottom right. A woman pulls in, what was it? A Toyota Corolla. And I think it was 06, the same yoke as mine, right beside me. Now, if that's not putting it in your face, they'll say then that, so when you only notice a car is when you buy one and you're driving the same model yourself. You only start noticing them then. No, you might notice a few for a while, but you don't notice fucking hundreds of them every day putting your face for 2 years, you know. But they'll drive the car up in front of you, like the other day, you went park right beside me. But right beside me in hundreds of spaces, well, there was 20 or 30, there was a load of spaces in because I wasn't busy, shopping centre, and there was loads of things. Oh, more coincidentally, fucking. Yeah, but I don't know, guys. There's an awful lot of these low lives. There's an awful lot of them involved high up in the Catholic Church and the likes of these state-run businesses, you know. There's an awful lot of them high up, and there's an awful lot of them low down. So basically, the whole lot of them has come together to stalk and harass me. That's what I can see about it. Oh, just get as many as you can to stalk and harass them. Gangsters, state-run businesses, shops, you name it. I went in yesterday, I was in this small shop yesterday, and of course it's always like, if you're talking to a target individual and you mention the fake cough, oh, you definitely, this is what you'll get, you know. But I was above and upstairs in Fleming's, I forget the name of the place. I was looking at I think it was a ukulele and a tin whistle or something like that there. But I got talking to her and you know, she was telling me the price of stuff, whatever. Ukulele was 50 quid. It's, you know, like, You know, I said to myself, I'd start a hobby or something, you know, maybe start learning how to play the ukulele or the tin whistle or something like that. But about halfway through the conversation, she started into a coughing. And this is a woman that's running a business in the shop in Flemingdale, you know. So basically, as far as I can see, all these businesses are involved in Tesco, Super Value, all the business, the business, they're all involved in it. So basically, they must be getting, they're either, I don't know whether some of the people that's under pressure to do this, I think they are, but there is some good people out there. I know good people, but they're still involved in stalking and harassment. Like the lad I used to hang around with there, he wasn't a bad chap, but as far as I can see, he surmised or he become to the lower end of the scene of crimes against humanity, you know. And I noticed there, I think it's on the way into Rosslea there. There's a big sign there, a big photograph of with the hunger strikers. I think Joe McCreasy and all them, Bobby Sands, Hughes and all the boys, and this big sign down into. But what I noticed was there was plenty of Union Jacks flying in the north, but there was no tricolours. I never seen a tricolour flying in the north yet. I don't know what that's all about either. More political fucking shit again. You can put up your signs and your posters, but don't put up any tricolours. We're in Ireland. But these crows or rats or scum or worms or maggots or whatever you'd like to call them, they'll stoop to the lowest of the low to try anything on you. I don't know, to either depress you. I don't know what their outcome of this is like. I know they want rid of you, like, you know, but what is the process in from here? Say something did happen to you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? What is the process from now to then, like? You know, do I go out and shoot someone? Do I go out and knife someone? Do I go out and run somebody down? Do I bone the whole fucking place down to the ground? You know, is this what they want me to do? They don't want me to commit suicide. They want me to commit suicide anyway, I know that, because I was walking down the doctor's alleyway way back a couple of years ago when it started, 5 years ago, 6 years ago this year. And there was these two fucking, I don't know what they call them, 1 foot in the graves, they must have been about 80s, you know, and one of them turned around, I was passing, turned around and looked at me and says, would you go and jump off a bridge? No, says I, you fucking go and jump off a bridge. But that's what's happening out there. That's society now. That's the people that's out there. That you are the ordinary 5'8" that's out there. This is the type of people that you're dealing with, the likes of that there. The likes of that scum that's going about, you know. It's not a bit of wonder that the fucking hospitals is full, and the mental patients and the homes and the whole lot. It's not a bit of wonder they're full to the health with people with mental health problems and that. It's society and these people out there, and they're provoking this and doing this every day of the week. It's not a bit of wonder the mental hospitals and the homes, old people homes and all this here, and people fucking killing themselves and all that. It's the scum of the day out there that's driving the poor people to do this. So it is. A lad out there at Stonebridge or something a couple of years ago, I think he lost his daughter or whatever, I'm not sure. But he got the shotgun and blasted himself in the chest or whatever, killed himself, shot himself or whatever it was. Well, it wouldn't surprise me one bit that if that lad wasn't put under pressure or some type of stress or some type of fucking anxiety. You just don't get up in the morning, lift a gun and shoot yourself. You don't, I don't get up in the morning and say, you know, that I'm going to fucking hang myself, like, you know. This, like, you know, you have to be put under pressure, you know, as well. There's another lad above and loud there drowning himself as well. He was from Dromiskin. I'd say he was been stalked and harassed as well, tell you the truth. And whenever, you know, whenever you do, if you're put under loads of pressure, whatever, and you fucking did go out and commit suicide, don't fucking go out and commit suicide. And don't go out and kill yourself, don't go out and kill anybody fucking else. You know, because that's what they want you to do. But I wouldn't bend to them. I react to them too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I'll click it up now a bit and see what happens. But there'll have to be some sort of change, you know. Oh, I'm rambling again, boys. I'm rambling again. But these people, it's just exactly the way I said it. That's what's going on now at the minute, and that's what's happening out there. And that's why people are having a rough time with it. And sorry guys, put you down there for a minute. But that's what's people's out there going under stress and pressure every day of the week, and that's what's going on, you know, and driven to suicide and driven into mental homes and driven into the doctor and false diagnosis of this, that and the other, you know, with these doctors as well, you know. Oh, I can't treat you. That's what my doctor said to me. I'm telling the truth. That's what he said, you know. Not a scumbag, you know. But actually we know who's behind it in the long run. You don't go under this much pressure for just going out there and fucking robbing someone or doing fucking whatever it is you do, fucking robbing a car or robbing a house or fucking baiting someone else up. You don't go under this much pressure for that there, you know what I'm saying? You don't. You definitely don't. But sure, I was in I forget, I lost my train of thought, guys, what I was going to say, you know, but that's the regular thing. I start taking more vitamins or start fucking retraining the brain, you know. But it's like friends, family, all involved, you know. And I can't understand how family are involved or how your own family that you have nothing that never done anything on them but try to do your best and outlook for them, which they'll turn on you and try and work for your downfall, you know. And you have only try and help them down through the years, you know, or done the best you could for them or whatever, you know. I can't see how it's, but of course again, you see, there was an awful lot of these involved with working for the state in my family. And that's one disadvantage that I have. So obviously if you work for the state, you're introduced into this program here, which is a Stasi East German run program by the brown shirts in, I think it was 1945, in East Germany, by gaslighting you, coming into your house, changing things around. Remember I made a video about the cops, changing things around, stealing stuff out of the flat. Well, that's exactly what happened here. I told you about the cops case, the I'll show you exactly what way they were. Now there's the way, that's the way I put fucking cups in. I just throw them in like that there. But I come in one day, and now they were all the same cups at the time. I forget it, they must be broke or whatever, or fucking gone missing. When I come in here one day, the cups were, hang on, I'll swap you. The cups were just laying 3 straight across like that there, and another 3 exactly straight across like that there. Now, who does that? I don't think anybody does that, to tell you the truth, but that's the way they were. That's just to let you know that they're coming, to let them know that they are coming into the flat here, you know, to let me know that they were coming into the flat, you know, which I didn't pass much remarks of at the time anyway, like. But when me fucking stuff going missing, like, you know, me hammer, me fucking, not going missing, stolen out of the flat. Jump leads, a lump hammer, angle irons, wing mirror off the car, tracksuit bottoms off. I hung a wee line out the back there, the dry thing of tracksuit bottoms went there. I fucking come back that evening to walk on, look around the place, looked all around the gardens out there, and I'm out the fucking top that dropped off the lane or whatever. No, they didn't. They were taken off the lane, stolen off the lane by scumbags and lowlives. But this is what I said. It's a standard run program by the East German police, Stasi police in Germany. This program, the exact same. But I had one of these boys, I don't know who he was or whatever, but he said he was from Sligo, but he used to message me and stuff like that there. But he was a perk. He didn't, you know, it was only information he was looking, you know, after. I replied to him once. I think I deleted him off my channel or whatever it was. But, oh yeah, he was on about the Stasi police and all that as well, which is, if anybody researches it, you can see exactly what they done, you know. But when the Berlin Wall come down, the place was raided and all the files was got. There's actually a museum in I don't know whether it's a museum or what it is, but there's a building in Germany now where you can go in and you can look at all the documents that was all detailed on exactly what, say, John Muckian was targeted in 2000. And well, they done this to him, they done that to him, they broke in and they stole this out of his flat, they gaslighted him, the colour coordination, you know, the cars pulling, it's all detailed in Germany in this place. All about, say, all the German ones that was in Germany, and they were targeted. And all the documentation was there in this building for anybody to walk in and see. You can go in and see it. And didn't say that there's no program. There was. Sure, that's where everyone else got it from. That's where Americans actually. Oh, what do you call your man, Wolf? Didn't he help fucking do it? I forget his name, his first name. He's a German. He was the one, I think, that helped develop it, and Markus Wolf, I think it is. He was the one, I think, that helped the develop or design this program. But an Americans got them over, the FBI got them over to America to figure out how this program was run and how it made, and then it started up from there. And then it spread from America to England and all around the country. Spain, it's in every country, and the foreigners, it's in every country in the world that this program is up and running. You know, it's rambling on a bit now, guys, and yeah, thanks for listening or whatever. That's just letting you know what's going on this last, yesterday. Just an update from yesterday, basically, you know. But, and last night, the car alarm and all that bullshit. sleep deprivation, and then the stealing stuff out of the place, out of the flat, you know, reorganising it or whatever. But it is what it is. That's it. So keep fighting, guys. You know, back up and at it. And talk to you later. And thank yous for listening.